So AI bots, they may seem easy to use, but they offer zero customization. And on the other hand, you have some apps like Photoshop or Illustrator which offer a lot of customizability, but they are too complex to use. So Canva is like the perfect middle ground, and today you're gonna learn it in even under 15 minutes. So without further ado, let's get into it. So you first have to open your browser, whichever it is. It can be Chrome, Edge or Firefox or whatever it is, and then you simply click on Canva. Now a relatively simple UI will show up. Now you can indeed click on start designing and start straight up, but I would always recommend to sign up or log in if you already have an account of Google, so that your work is saved and you can start better. A menu like this will show up. Now whoa, this is kind of overwhelming. There are so many buttons, so many things, but don't worry. Start from something simple. We can click on create and then we can click on presentation. Now this is a blank slide. So now you are met with a completely blank page. Now let's say our goal for this is to make a board game advertisement poster for an event that's happening. So what you want to do is, you'll notice there are three icons in the left, which counting from the top. So the first is templates, the second is elements, and the third is text. You don't need to worry about all the other ones right now, just focus on these. Now after clicking on template, you can just search board game, and now multiple results will come. Now you can select the one you like and click on it. And see, it already looks so nice, and we are just barely started. But now you want to name it checkers, so you click on it and then double click and then write checkers. Now you don't want this board and you want the board of checkers instead, so you can click on it, delete, and then you can go to elements and search checkers, and then you can select a graphic that you like and left click and drag it to the corner, and this already looks so nice. But let's say you don't like this particular font and you want to change it. That's also very easy. You can go to the fonts and choose any font you like from the drop down menu. And whenever you drag, there are some purple lines that will show up, which are for alignment, so generally try to follow them roughly. But what if you also want to add another text, another sentence? Then what you do? Then there's where the third icon comes in handy, text. Now there is the simple option, add a text box, but I recommend choosing any one from the default text styles, because that gives a more easy way of size. So you can click on body text, and then you can write whatever you want to write. So So here this looks pretty neat. There are also effects that you can put on your text. All of them are pretty intuitive and you can figure them out by just common sense. But let's say now you want to change the background color. Now what you do? So now what if you want to change the background color to something else? That's very simple. You will just tap Alt and 1 at the same time, and this position panel will open. So now you will just go to the layer you want to change. So let's say I want to change this one, and now at the top its property bar open. Now you can just simply click on the color icon and choose whatever color you like. You can also choose one of the gradient colors as well. I think this looks pretty nice. So, and if you think this is too plain, you can also add elements to the back layers of it, and this will make it really more coherent and also make it more attractive to look at. Now when you select some new elements, they might be oversized or undersized. So first thing you should do is go to the layers and put them to the absolute back, just above the background. This will ensure they are behind the objects and not in front of them. Now when you select new elements, they will come very oversized and sometimes might not even be properly aligned, like they may be in front of your text. So what you will do is you will go to the position panel and drag it behind all of the objects and just in front of the background. And then you will just simply grab it from the corner and scale it down. You can also turn elements by this turn icon and also use them to enhance your posters and your work you create. So another thing you'll notice when you're trying to add background elements, that sometimes they contrast and actually hide the main elements. So what you will do is that you can go to the transparency and actually reduce it so that it doesn't clash with the actual text and important things you want the viewer to see. So with this video, you have learned all the basics and everything which is required to make a good poster which can be used anywhere for your work, for school or anywhere. So I hope you feel satisfied and learned with this video. If you have any questions or any sort of doubts regarding this video, you can put them in the comments and they will be answered instantly.